Hey guys, this is Rick at Tasty Guitar. In this lesson, you're going to learn to start to combine the sounds of your minor pentatonic with the mixolydian scale. And we're going to do this very, very simply at first, just kind of inserting or substituting one note from that minor pentatonic with a note from mixolydian. And we're also going to be working on the opposite of this concept, that is taking a more mixolydian line and adding in the flat third from your minor pentatonic scale to give it a more traditional flavor. Make sure you come by TastyGuitar.com, subscribe in the bottom of the homepage to get the free tab on this lesson, and also check the description below for information about membership at Tasty Guitar, where you get interactive Soundslice tab, backing tracks, live workshops, feedback on your playing, and so much more. Tune up and let's get started. All the examples today are going to be in the key of G. Now first I'm just going to break down that lick that you just heard, which is just G blues scale in the second position, and then we are going to replace the flat third from that blues scale with the major third that you would find in mixolydian. So here is the lick here, starting at the B flat, that flat third, right on beat 1. Then going to the root there, right at the 8th fret on the B string. Down to the F note, the flat 7, back to the root, so far you would have. Then I'm just kind of sliding up to that blue note, the flat 5, down to the 4th, ending on the flat 3rd. So all together here is the lick very slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now all I'm going to do is replace that flat third with the major third, and I'm going to do that by sliding into it right there at the 7th fret on the high E string. So now instead of a B flat, we got a B natural. Again. So just a very subtle difference here, but that's what we're going for. We're trying to mix that minor pentatonic or blues scale sound with mixolydian, and we can do it just by changing that one note, your flat third, to your major third. All right, we're doing the same thing in this lick here. We are replacing that flat third from minor pentatonic with your major third from mixolydian. This lick is starting right out of position 4 of minor pentatonic, right up here at the 10th to 12th fret. Starting at the 12th fret on after beat 3. So this is 1, 2, 3. Then to go down to the B flat, your flat third. Up to the C, back to the B flat, and that's a triplet there on beat 4. So 1, 2, 3, and back down to your root on beat 1 of the following measure. Hold that out, give it a little vibrato, and then end on the flat third there on the and of the second beat. So all together here's the lick. 1, 2, 3. Again, 1, 2, 3. Now all we have to do to kind of make it a little bit more hip is slide into the major third instead of hitting that flat third. So 1, 2, 3. Now I just kind of prefer the sound of sliding into the major third versus just landing on it. Landing on it sounds a little bit square versus sliding into it. So again, all the notes are still in the same spot, just going to slide into that major third. 1, 2, 3. All right, in the next couple licks, we're going to have another very, very common note substitution to help us get a little bit of the mixolydian sound into our blues or minor pentatonic licks, and that is putting the sixth in place of the flat 7. So in this lick right here, I'm starting right on beat 3, and here's what we're doing in the blues scale. 1, 2. A very, very simple lick there, just going up 5th, flat 7 root. It's your triplets here on beat 3, and then bending your 4th up a half step, back down to the 4th, the flat 3rd, ending on the root down there. Very simple lick. 1, 2. And the only difference here is I'm going to replace that flat 7, the F note, with the 6, the E note, and it's just going to give us a little bit of that mixolydian flavor in here. 1, 2. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. And when you learn something like this, make sure you do learn it in as many places possible on the neck. All right, just a very subtle difference with this lick. Now this is starting on beat 4, minor pentatonic first here. Right there, hitting your D, your F, up to your C. Down to your flat 3rd there at the 6th fret on the high E, down to your root. Kind of cut that note off a little bit. Hit it again on beat 2. And then I'm doing this little hammer-on move, hammering from the 6th to the 7th fret while holding the pinky down there on the root at the 8th fret, and then going down to the root. So all together we have this. Now the only difference I'm going to make is replacing that F note, the flat 7th, with the 6th, the E note. Very subtle difference, but it does sound cool. Now the difference between the last couple licks that I'm going to play and what we've done previously is before I was thinking more along the lines of I'm playing in minor pentatonic or the blues scale and then substituting in those notes from mixolydian. Here I'm doing the opposite. I'm thinking in mixolydian, like I'm mostly playing in G mixolydian, and I'm going to add in the flat 3rd or from minor pentatonic to give it that bluesy flavor. I'm not necessarily substituting the flat 3rd where I would have a major 3rd. I could probably have both within the same lick. Now with this first lick, I'm starting right on beat 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's just the 5th, 6th, and root from mixolydian. Then I'm going to slide into the major third, also from mixolydian, right there at the 12th fret on the B string. Then I'm going to go up to the D note, the 5th, and cut that note off. Going to hit that D and go up to the E. So far, all of this has been in mixolydian, but now I'm going to finish out the lick and throw in that flat third. Right there, the B flat at the 11th fret on the B string. 2, 3. So it just kind of blueses it up a little bit more. And also pay close attention to the fingering at the end, or it's going to be a little bit tricky. So that's 1, 3, index, middle, index again. All right, in this final lick, I'm doing the same thing I did in the last lick. I'm pretty much playing in G mixolydian, but at the end of the lick, I throw in the flat third to kind of give us more of that down and dirty blues flavor. So again, this is starting right on beat 4, 1, 2, 3. Right there, the D, the E, and the G. 5th, 6th root. Gonna stay there on the root at the first beat on the second measure of the lick. Gonna go up to the A, pull that off, back to the G. Back down to the E, to the D. So far we would have 1, 2, 3. And then on beat 3 of this second measure, going to go up to the 15th fret on the G string. That is our flat third, our B flat. Going to hit it twice and cut it off at the end. So just by ending that lick on the flat third, it takes us back to a more traditional minor pentatonic sound.